Hey y'all, Cyrus Orr here with Ortega Outings. Today I am at, as y'all can see behind me, the National Vietnam War Museum here in Mineral Wells, Texas. Let's go inside and check things out. Okay, I've been passing through here several times as I come to Mineral Wells, and I've always wanted to stop, and today I finally did stop. And we're going to be recording all this cool stuff that they got out here in the front, but let's go inside the building and check out what artifacts they got in there.
Welcome to the National Vietnam War Museum. We have 20,000 square feet of exhibits, first and second floor. Most people start over with our Jeep and go around the first floor, stairs and elevator to the back of the second floor, and a lot of artwork on our second floor.
Thank you, ma'am. And what's the easiest way for people to find this place?
We are located in Mineral Wells at 12685 Mineral Wells Highway.
All right, thank you. And your name, I'm sorry. Your name is?
Oh, my name is Gail.
Okay.
I volunteer on Saturdays. I'm here every Saturday, 9 to 5.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you.
didn't have a chance to catch up with you in Brazil. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, I'm just blown away. I didn't know it was that detailed in there. Oh man.
I didn't know anything about it over the last of that long. But anyway, they had to be over 24/7 because they had to stage who, because each one had a different altitude to work at. You don't want to be underneath the 52s, you know, or the F4s or the C-130.
So what was their reason for picking those other ones and not what you consider the major ones, right?
They were focused on, we'll make the North negotiate. And I said, in the Paris peace talk, the North Vietnamese just played these guys along. Because if we play like we're going to negotiate and hum and haw about it, they'll stop bombing and we'll just rebuild. That's going on and on and on. 75 was longer before the guns. When 74, no, 73. So that led President to, without, well, 50% of his flying fleet was grounded without a fuel and ammunition. And Nixon had promised that. Congress pulled the funds. So he could not stop the tanks to come down Highway 1. They just drove down from North Vietnam down Highway 1. They didn't get stopped. And here's a good example of why it was so difficult to operate our mission in Vietnam. When Saigon fell, the overall commanding general of the South Vietnamese military found out the sergeant he had in his office for 10 years was a Vietnam spy.
For 10 years he was in there.
That just is one example. The Vietnam infiltrated the government, the military, the school, business. There was no practical way of keeping a mission secret.
Wow.
The special forces guys captured 2 Indian officers on the DMZ and interrogated again. They said they need 24 hours to get out of the sharks.
See, I can get all this info too in that book you told me, lessons I learned or learned from Vietnam.
Let's see. Lessons from Vietnam.
Lessons from Vietnam. Okay.
I don't have it on my list. I've got another. Would you like to have a list?
Yes, yeah. I'll admit, I don't really know too much about the Vietnam War at all. It's got me interested.
Go ahead, Judson. Look in the library upstairs, right?
No, I didn't go upstairs. I heard there was a banquet being set up. I didn't want to bother.
Of course, go through there now. Well, I'm going to make a prediction that there's probably more books written about our engagement in Vietnam than any other war we've been involved in.
Is it something that I could buy in there, or is it just display? I got to lean on something. So
You want some now?
oh yeah.
Well, we have come up with a way that we want to operate the library. I think right now I just got to set up for it. If you want to do some research, and you have to come in here.
Okay.
So we do it. Well, this is my list. It has nothing to do with the museum. And I don't think the Peely even knows I have a list. But this is my list.
Thank you.
And most of those were picked. I was in 2 Corps, and I flew all over 2 Corps. And my mission was to fly the senior advisor, so I had a full bird American colonel and the Vietnamese counterpart on board. But we didn't fly every day, so I did fly all the different types of missions my unit had. But these books I selected from other. Let's see. Vietnam was divided in 4 corps. I don't know if you know that. So I was in 2 corps, so I needed to know what was going on in the other 3 corps. So that's where most of these books are from. But there's a couple there that covers the entire Vietnam. And back on the other page, I'll show you to it. This guy here, 755 Asian. He's not military, but he covers 30 years of Vietnam. He covers the people, the lowest rank in the military to the highest rank, and it's a good cross section. Let's see, why Vietnam matters. Rufus Phillips. He's a CIA operative, and he's there early. He got there about 56, 57, and left about 63. It's a good cross section of how the politics was starting to interfere.
I think I would like to start with that one. Like I told you, I don't know hardly nothing about the Vietnam War, and I want to understand it better.
Okay.
So
Well, let's see. In that one, he was just a new graduate from Harvard, and was near the top or at the top of his class. And the CIA grabbed him and brought him into the CIA. And that's when I found out that all those who are actually in the CIA are commissioned captains in the United States Army. So they sent him to Vietnam to meet up with Colonel Lansdale. Now, Colonel Lansdale was the nation builder in the Philippines after World War II. So he was sent to Vietnam to help with the nation building. And between the two of them, they actually the CIA did some good things to get people started. And Colonel Lansdale's mission was to say, if you win the hearts and the minds of the people, they will support the government, and then it becomes a government responsibility to protect them. So that's what they were doing. They started building the communities out in the remote areas. Some of them they had to combine them so they could have enough. They would train them in own self-defense and arm them. They brought in agricultural experts to show them how to grow rice, and they brought in thousands of hogs, so they started hog farms. At that time in Vietnam, the Vietnamese could not feed their own people in rice. Today, they're number 4 in the world in production of rice.
oh, wow. I appreciate it, sir.
Did you see the movie Greatest Beer Run Ever?
Greatest beer run ever.
Yeah. The trailers were on television there for last year. I think it came out 2 years ago. Maybe it was 2 years ago that I saw it. I thought it was a comedy. I read the book. Don't waste your money on the movie.
Right. Is it on here?
Yeah, it's down the bottom, one of the bottom ones, on the second page. I thought it was on there. Yeah, greatest beer run ever. It wasn't just a beer run. It may have started out that way, but that's not what happened. He was in Saigon during Test 68. And he was not military. He was a merchant marine. It's a good read. Don't waste the money. The movie didn't even come close. It ended up being a food run because Saigon was isolated by the Viet Cong, and they were running out of food. But another merchant marine that he served with earlier, several years before, happened to be in Saigon. They met at a bar, and he was telling them that the ship is a refrigerated ship sitting out in the harbor loaded with meat, and their longshoremen won't unload it because they're afraid of the Viet Cong. So Chick Donahue started carrying 2 duffel bags full of meat back from that ship back to Saigon and taking around to restaurants and hotels. But they were running out of food.
Wow.
And eventually, to feed the animals in the zoo, they were starving.
Wow. Man. So that's 2 books that I want to read now. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got some homework. See, I do security now since this happened, so I got a lot of time, after I do my Bible studies.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely do this. I got the time and I got the interest in it. I really appreciate it. And I'll come back to do the library at another time, when it's not busy up there.
When I got here this morning, I didn't know what this was going to happen. And a lady drives up and says, well, I'm here to set up in the room for the, that was a National Guard unit. I said, how many? She said, 90.
Ooh.
And I said, I don't know anything about this. And it was our curator that set it all up, and he didn't tell anybody except Jim Messinger, and Jim Messinger was not out here all the time. And Jim didn't tell me anything about it. So that was a surprise. So eventually we got everything organized. Or they did.
That's Satan's toy.
Yeah, I don't like that name on there. We need to
Nope.
paint over that.
Your name is again, sir?
Michael?
Michael. Nice to meet you. My name's Cyrus.
Cyrus? Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Hazel.
Okay. That's not too
And
far
I come
away.
here through all the time because I get that crazy water
Ah,
from Mineral Wells, and I was seeing this and I said, I need to stop because I got a young YouTube channel. I want to feature this one. I've been wanting to.
okay.
So
Excellent.
I'm glad I came. Very glad I
Okay,
came.
what's the name of your YouTube?
Ortega Outings.
Ortega?
Ortega.
Okay.
ORTEGA Outings. And I'm a little behind, you know, because 2 years ago is when I got ill and lost a leg. I had to learn how to walk again. And, you know, last year I was still on a cane. So now I'm brave enough now I can walk. And, you know, just every once in a while I do got to lean or sit because my balance. But so
Well,
I'm catching up.
I don't know if you saw it. We do have a chair. It's not a real wheelchair. You can either hold it in the handles and walk behind it,
Mm-hmm.
or you can sit in when you need to.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I mean, I done made it through Grapevine and the stockyards without falling down, so my confidence is up there. But
Yeah.
yeah, every once in a while, I'm just thankful to be alive. Just rebuilding, and I really appreciate it. I will be back. I will be back. I did not know there was a library. She probably told me. I just was,
Well,
you know, like
normally we
this.
just tell people that there's an art gallery upstairs, and
She did say that.
okay, so, and the library just has to be on one end of it. So when you come up there, you'll see that the door is usually open, but it's been closed all day because initially had the, well, okay, in the center part, but not in the art gallery, but attached to it, and then, of course the library is on one side. In the center part is our large multi-purpose room.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the curator has taken that over, and he has about 10 tables, or it's just a bunch of stuff scattered all over the place. But he's piling things in a place where if he wants to make another display, so all that gets accumulated in one area, and then those things get stacked around it.
Okay.
So there's no way they could get in there. They told me they were here, that we're going to use the room upstairs. I said, multi-purpose room? They said, yeah. I said, I'm going to have to go up there and look and see if they cleared it out. Because the last time I saw it, you couldn't get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up there and opened the door and says, you're not using it. You can't get in there.
So it's still under construction, I guess.
Well, yeah, and some of those displays you saw today, they were new last week. And I didn't see this gun or that Jeep until this last Thursday.
So it's recent.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, I want to go ahead and film the yard, and again, I appreciate you, Michael.
Well, the National Guard's going to be out here till about 10 o'clock tonight, so we're
Okay. All right. And I would definitely check out those books, and to remind myself, I'm gonna, as soon as I find it on Google, I'm gonna screenshot it and feature it on the channel at the end of the credits. That way, it can remind me too, like, hey, this is what I need to get.
So you take care, be safe.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Okay, I'm over here on the outside of the museum now. That was an experience. And I met a volunteer here. His name is Michael. And he didn't want to be on camera, so I respected that. The cool thing about Michael is he is an actual Vietnam vet. And he flew. He was in the air during the battles, and he was telling me about a couple of movies that he recommends, and I already forgot them, but he gave me a list, so I'm going to look it up. And he says those two movies are the only movies that he recommends because they actually captured more realistic about what really went on in Vietnam. And on one of them, he was in the actual battle. And he only had maybe just literally a couple of disagreements with the movies. He said pretty much they captured everything. The reason, the battles. So it was cool to actually meet an actual Vietnam vet over here. And he volunteers every week. So I honestly didn't think I would meet a Vietnam vet that I could talk to. But he was very informative. I wish I could have got him on camera, but he did not want to be on camera. Look at all these names. Oh my gosh. So I thanked him for his service, obviously, you know, and I mean, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I mean, I'm 47 years old, and I remember when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was a dummy. I was an airhead. I mean, I had a responsible mind, but you know, I was born with weak legs, so I could never do any sports or, you know, definitely couldn't join the military. And I had a sense of bravery that I wanted to, but then also the majority was I was just a chicken butt. I'll admit it. And so I got mad respect for anybody at that age that joins the military, and especially going through the things that they did. I probably would have passed away out of sheer fright. And these, you know, I got mad respect for our military people. I personally know people that I knew when they were kids. And one young lady, I won't mention her name. I mean, I remember when she was just an 8-year-old kid and she used to come and say hi to me in church, you know. And she's now military. She just got promoted to logistics specialist. I'm not going to pretend to know. I know logistics is like distribution or warehouse, right? But I don't know the ranks in the Army, but she ain't even been there a year. She's already promoted, and she's doing that with her life. And she's only 19. I still see her as that little 8-year-old kid, but she's a 19-year-old United States soldier. So I got mad respect for her. And I pray for her that nothing happens. But she's brave, and I respect her. And I respect anybody in the military. And to actually, and I've met a couple of them. I met a World War II veteran. Oh, I want to say maybe 25 years ago. He worked in a retail store that was connected to the warehouse business that I was an employee at. And it was when the movie Saving Private Ryan came out, and he, on my lunch break or regular breaks, I would go and I'd talk to him. His name was Lloyd. And he actually told me that Saving Private Ryan brought him to tears because he said that movie was the most accurate movie he's seen made about what happened. And he told me the different battles it showed. He was definitely involved in one of them. And he told me some stuff. I'm talking, man. So I got to meet a World War II veteran. I want to say 25 years ago. I might be off. Well, I can tell you the year. I'll just tell you the year. 1998 and 99. So you do the math. I'm busy filming right now. Anyway, I met him, and then I met Michael today. So, you know, I know Vietnam is not a very popular war to talk about with a lot of people. I personally don't understand it, but I will, because I want to definitely check out those books that Michael recommended. I'm going to learn about it. But to each and every person that joins the military and risks their lives, and that's the ultimate sacrifice. I mean, you can't get much more ultimate than that. I got mad respect and love for y'all, and I thank the Lord and pray that He watches over y'all each and every day during wartime or non-wartime. Y'all have this one-legged man's respect. I honestly didn't think I was going to be too emotional coming here. I just wanted to feature this place because it's part of Texas, and that's what my channel is about. But you know, I'm left feeling humbled and thankful for anybody that served. And this is a very easy place to get to. Again, I'll put the address up at the end of the video. This is the Memorial Garden. Is the main highway right here coming out of Weatherford going into Mineral Wells, and I come here all the time for that crazy water, which I asked permission to film there, and I'm going to film there. I'm glad they're going to allow me to. I just got to get a couple of other projects out of the way. I know I don't sound or look organized, but I am. I do things in order from time to time. So I got a couple of projects to get out of the way, and then I'm coming back here and I'm going to film. They told me a great time to come and film, and they will be glad to share the history of it. But anyway, I've always passed by this highway and seen that there was a museum here, and I wanted to stop and I wanted to record it and feature it on my channel, and now I finally did. So not that I plan on going anywhere, but that I can mark that off my bucket list. Man, what blew me away about that museum inside was the Oval Office. I didn't think I was going to get to see the Oval Office. And at first when I was going in there, that was totally cool too. When I went in there, I didn't know if that was Kennedy's office or Johnson's office or Nixon's office. And by the portraits that were in there, it was a replica of Johnson's office. But Michael told me that Johnson kept Kennedy's desk, which I did not know that. I thought that any incoming president, because they have the option to make the Oval Office their office. It's their office for the next term. So I thought that, you know, Johnson did his own stuff, you know, with his desk and decorations somewhat, but he kept President Kennedy's desk, so that was cool to know. We come now to the other garden over here in the Vietnam Museum, National Vietnam Museum. It's called the Meditation Garden.